Merry Merry Crimbus, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great morning. I figured we'd sit down and have a conversation about what's going on in my life. I finally bought the MetaQuest 3. I've had the HTC Vive for about 5 years, and I love VR, and I think it's the most awesome thing. So I finally decided, you know what, let's try out this MetaQuest 3 headset. There's a hook here. Specifically, it like auto maps your room when you put the headset on. You don't need like little sightseeing stations to like see where your headset and your handsets are. This thing does it all on its own, and can also capture your hand motion, which is insane. And probably the coolest thing about this is the augmented reality. As soon as you put the headset on, you can see the room around you because of the camera, the pass-through technology. So it almost feels like you're not wearing a headset at all. And most specifically, the augmented reality doesn't make you nearly as nauseous as when you're like in an app that's just like trying to create an entire virtual world. Like, augmented reality is actually much more stable and less nauseating. I was building Legos the other day, and I've got to say that is like one of the most impressive things I've seen out of a VR headset yet. And I was kind of thinking VR was like dead, but it's not. This Lego VR thing really like changed my perception. Siobhan's cat, Mochi, that lives here now. We were doing this video for him, or she was doing this video about making him a tag so he could go outside, and she finally let him outside, and he ran away for 3 days. We thought he was probably dead, and she was mourning, and I was pretty upset as well, but more upset that she was going to be upset for like 5 months down the road because she lost her cat. But the dang thing came back. Mochi came back. It was the middle of the night, and Siobhan like yells out, she's like, "Danny, look!" And I open my eyes from the dead of sleep, and she's holding Mochi, and the cat's just kind of like sitting there staring at me like with no emotion. Like, to him, we have no idea what he had gone through, if he had been like starving for food or anything. He's just staring at me in the bed, and I got up out of the bed, and I was like actually very relieved to see this cat. I didn't think I was going to get as emotional as I was, but it was like really great to see that he was okay. I'm still editing me and Siobhan's Ireland trip. It turns out the audio from the Sony ZV-E1 is just so I have to voice over everything, otherwise it's just wind noise constantly, just like while I'm trying to talk through things. Even like the grocery store, it's just
except for Nescafe
there, and audio is crap. So I'm voicing over everything, and it's way more work than I anticipated for just a dumb little vacation video. I have finally decided to buy the Marshall Kilburn 2. I know that speaker's been out forever, but everyone wants to see comparisons between that speaker and other primary Marshall speakers like the Middleton and the Tufton, and I figured it was just time to get that speaker and check it out. The other big video I'm working on right now is one no one asked for whatsoever, but I bought 6 toasters off of Amazon to compare to the Smeg. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to make a video about how old retro style toasters would compare to a much higher end one like the Smeg. And I also bought like an actual vintage toaster. So I'm very excited to do this review and see if it actually matters, like the quality of the toaster, or if it's all just bonkers shenanigans and doesn't really matter. Crimbus is coming up in 2 days. I searched far and wide for an advent calendar for this month, and it turns out that advent calendars are either terrible or they're super fancy and really hard to get. Like, there's like this one advent calendar you can buy online with Swarovski, I can't say it, fancy crystals. You open it up and you get fancy crystals instead of milk chocolate. It's kind of cool. The studio is done. As you've seen in my previous videos, I spent probably over $2,000 to get that space renovated so that it would look better on camera. But yeah, I'm also working on a video for my dad. Not a lot of you know, but my dad has been battling cancer for the last couple years, and I've been documenting it on the side, and it is not easy to document. I'm trying to not focus too much on the disease and more on just what's cool about my dad. But that is a very hard video to work on, and I'm trying my best to do it. So that's happening. I have the next 2 weeks off from work, which is great. I don't know what to do with myself. I've been working nonstop for like the past 6 months. I'm in charge of a large group of like 60 people, and stuff just constantly happens with those people. So I'm very excited to have 2 weeks to just sit by myself. I'm also thinking about buying a Mac. I am heavily a Windows user. As you can see here, this is my Windows computer with 2 monitors. And recently I kind of had one of my friends transfer over to the Mac Studio. And I don't know, just something about seeing him transfer over and how powerful those Mac Studios are and the new M3 chips and M2 chips. I'm getting very enticed, or very impressed is not the right word, but I'm getting very drawn over to the Mac side, potentially. I don't know if I'm going to do it because they're really freaking expensive and they suck when it comes to upgradability. Like the whole can't upgrade your SSD because it doesn't match serial numbers inside the computer, but that sucks. But also Windows computers kind of suck too, because as you've seen from some of this dumb videos I've made.
Chrome web browser. Okay, you're going straight to Chrome.
Master, he's running out of space for OneDrive.
Chrome. Edge is the recommended browser, by the way.
Frankly, Windows is just getting on my nerves a little bit. So I'm thinking about switching over for another evil. They're both evil. But yeah, so how is your day going? Let me know in the comments if you watch this. Next video coming out is either going to be about toasters or speakers, most likely, or Ireland. I don't know. I'm just enjoying the day off, but I wanted to share that I'm finally off of work. So, yay! Okay, see you later. Bye.